I'm 31, and my sister's 24, female. She's coming to the end of her pregnancy, and I bought her a DocaTot. It was on her registry, so not a random gift. It cost me £100. I'm child-free and currently single, so I guess I don't have many demands on my finances. I haven't been close to my sister until the last couple of years, partially because of the age gap, and because my parents disowned me when I was in my first year of uni. I've had limited contact with my family since then. On the other hand, I'm very close to my best friend, Jay. She was there for me when I was disowned, and we've been close since we were 10. She has a toddler, and I think of him as my nephew. I admit that when I see nice clothes or toys, I buy them for him. Anyway, my sister was at my flat, and she saw clothes I had bought for my nephew, Jay's son, and I guess she looked them up to see how much they cost. At dinner, she said, "Oh, the clothes you got my baby are so cute, but why did you buy H2? I told her that they were for Jay's son, not yours, and she got really mad and said I value random friends instead of my family. The clothes were more expensive than her baby shower gift, which is why she's angry, I think. When she left, she got my mom onto me, and my mother's saying that my sister and her son are my actual family. And while it's nice that I'm close to Jay, I should prioritize my actual relations. Am I the idiot here?" Edit. I should add that Jay lives abroad now. There's nothing up with our relationship. I flew to visit her a few times a year, and honestly, Mom has had an issue with that too. I think they feel like Jay's not my bio family, and physically she's thousands of miles away, so I should focus on the people in front of me. Whoa. Hold on, just a minute. My mother says my sister and her son are my family. After your parents disown you, where does she get off using the real family line? If anything, Jay's more of a real family than your sister or mom. You are not the idiot. Agreed. Your mom is your relative. Jay is family. It's your money. Spend it however way you like. Sister wasn't even there for you when you were disowned. So personally, I'd take back the DocaTot. And the people in front of you were the ones who disowned you while your friends supported you. So I don't think I'd be talking if I abandoned my daughter or my sibling. LOL. Focus on the people in front of you is for customer service, not relationships. Maintaining a relationship over distance is hard. You're merely showing that Jay is in your thoughts, even though they're miles away. Focus on the people who support you and love you. That's clearly not your sister or mom. It seemed to me when OP went off to uni, OP wasn't worthy of family, as they disowned OP during that first year. Now that OP is successful and has money, they're all about, "Oh, OP, you better prioritize us. Put us first. Spend all your money on us, and screw your best friend." Is this a safe assumption, or am I out of line? I think you're spot on. You got her an expensive gift that she actually wanted. The fact that you buy gifts for your chosen nephew, I think, is lovely and super sweet, and it's your money to do what you want. Your sister's jealous and needs a reality check. Update. Is it relevant to know why they disowned me? They don't like that I'm queer and non-binary. They try to use religion to justify it. Jay and her family are more religious than my parents, so my parents were pretty comfortable assuming that Jay's family would back them. They didn't. They supported me, confronted my parents about their behavior, and took me in afterward. And that's why my mom resents them. We were close as families, and I know Jay's parents argued on my behalf, and that caused them to stop being friends. I do miss the closeness I had with Mom when I was younger, so I've been trying to rebuild something between us. But yeah, maybe it's not to be. Mom has kind of apologized for the disownment in her own way. She now says that it was mainly my dad pushing her. I know that their disagreement about me is part of why they separated in the end. But yeah, Jay and her parents were there for me when I really felt alone, and I think of them as family. My sister and I live in different territories. She lives 4,000 kilometers south of here, so a 2-day drive or 4.5-hour flight away. We try to have a visit at least once a year. This time she brought her boyfriend to visit. I've never met him in person, only over a video call. She says they're thinking of living together. They stayed in my guest room. On the 6th day of their visit here, her boyfriend had a freak out on me because I was preparing a meal for us, and he saw that I had food in my kitchen that my sister was allergic to. I put allergic in quotes because she isn't allergic to anything. Her boyfriend thought she was. She's told him that she has a deadly allergy to a certain food. She went so far as to purchase EpiPens and wear a medical bracelet. She's told him stories about almost dying from accidentally or unknowingly eating this food when we were kids. Her boyfriend was angry I had it in my kitchen and didn't clean my kitchen or cooking utensils before their visit, which I would have done if my sister was really allergic. But she isn't. She hates it, but she isn't allergic. And to me, there's a big difference. If there was even a chance my sister was allergic, I wouldn't have it in my kitchen. I told her boyfriend that my sister hates it but is not allergic, that she's always hated the food. Now she's furious at me. Note that I had the food item she hates in my kitchen because I like it, but I wasn't putting it in any meal for my sister because I know she hates it. I'm not removing food from my house because she hates it. She's furious that I told him the truth. She argued with me. Her boyfriend argued with her. The last day and a half of their visit was awkward. From what I got from my sister, she told everyone she was allergic when she went to university so she wouldn't have to eat it. I was already in university here, so I didn't know she was telling people this. Our parents were divorced, and we lived with Mom. Dad lives on the other side of the country, 3,700 kilometers away. We did see him, but Mom was the one who did everything for us. Our relationship with Dad is better since Mom passed, but Dad, his wife, and his sister would not know my sister had an allergy and would take her word for it. Her boyfriend has met them, as the three of them are my sister's only family besides me. Basically, my sister says I should have gone along with her lie and not told her boyfriend the truth. She says the difference between hating and being allergic is small, and I shouldn't have told him. She's furious at me. Was I wrong to tell him the truth? Edit. I'm not American. A trip to the hospital or seeing a doctor would not cost my sister any money. She wouldn't get a bill for it. Yes, we pay taxes, but we don't get billed directly by the hospital or doctor. Also, if she was really allergic, she could have gotten an EpiPen under the healthcare system. She didn't have one, so she had to buy them herself and pretend they were prescribed. Not the idiot. Faking an allergy is very dangerous because if she fakes a reaction, she's going to get a shot, which is going to result in a trip to the ER. She needs to grow up and own up. I'm not trying to be rude or condescending, but is your sister not all there mentally? I don't understand how she thinks it was okay to lie. I have a severe yellow jacket allergy, so if I get stung, I have to use an EpiPen and then go to the emergency room for supervision. It's very serious, and they prioritize me. So the idea of someone faking it and then getting unnecessary prioritization is disgusting to me. I'm glad you told him because who knows what would have happened if this lie had counted. Also, clearly, the sister doesn't know what the consequences are, as this lie could have snowballed into something worse, like the boyfriend bringing her into a hospital. And once the truth came out, not only did it waste everyone's time, but also money. I feel bad for the boyfriend because she betrayed his trust, and who knows how long it'll be till it's regained, if ever. I'm getting mixed opinions from this. My two kids are young teen and tween. I'm not gonna lie, we live a pretty frugal life, and all the extra money I make goes into their college accounts or fun weekends. My ex has them once a month, and he's the fun parent. Can't get his child payments in, but he's willing to do a surprise trip to Kennywood. It's frustrating, all right. I try not to say anything bad about him, but he's been pushing the narrative that without him and the money he gives me, we wouldn't have this home. It's false. And now the kids are saying, well, Dad pays for this. My last straw was when the kids told me that Dad pays for the home. So I pulled up my budget spreadsheet, and it includes all the stuff that he pays for. So child support, and he hasn't paid for the past 2 months. The kids were upset about being lied to, and the oldest girl got into an argument with him since she called him to confirm. We got into an argument, and he called me a jerk. My friends are split on this, and I'm wondering if I went too far. Not the idiot. He doesn't look bad in their eyes because you exposed him. He looks bad because he lied to begin with, and because he created the situation that he lied about. To add to that, the kids deserve to know what they're dealing with in case they ever need support from him in the future. My friend's ex is like this. He told the kids he was financing their mom's lifestyle, that she really wasn't actually working 2 jobs and was out partying. She showed the kids her pay stubs, checking account, and the stuff she has from courts, showing that their dad hasn't paid child support in over 2 years. The same situation happened because now they don't believe anything their dad has to say. Ex threatens to take her to court for parental alienation, but he can't afford it due to his flashy new house and car. LOL. So sorry. It's hard having sucky parents. I hate to see kids pulled into divorce and support drama, but they're old enough to know the truth. The truth can hurt sometimes, but the truth is in the facts. As for the back child support you're owed, court order for garnishment would be in order, and your friends that are split on this can kiss your butt. Maybe now he'll step up and pay what he needs to pay for his kids. I, 18 male, have a cousin, 20 male, who's on the chubbier side, about 200 pounds, 6'0". That's of course not morbidly obese or anything by any means, but noticeably heavy. In that he takes after my dad's side, who tends to be heavyset. I take more after my mom, who's very slim. And when I stopped growing at 16, I was 5'10", 135 pounds. Since then, I've taken up lifting, and through bulking and cutting, I'm now 165 pounds and 10-ish% of body fat. My family was visiting him, his sister, and his parents since I was out of school for the summer. I was discussing sports with his sister, and he jumped into the conversation by laughing and asking what I could know about athletics and athleticism when I was stuck thin and looked weak. This annoyed me because it isn't the first time he's brought up my weight. He had done so mostly before I gained 30 pounds of muscle, so the idea that he's still calling me skinny annoyed me. So I retorted that everybody must look skinny to a guy his size, and that it's funny that he says I look weak and small because despite how much he weighs, I can easily bench press him, and I guarantee he wouldn't be able to bench press small, tiny little me. So who's really weak? He got upset and complained to his parents about this, who are now demanding I apologize to him for bullying and humiliating him. I refuse to, and his sister's on my side, since she agrees he's been taunting me for years, and I just returned the favor and did it better than he could. Am I the idiot? Hard to understand a 20-year-old running to mommy and daddy to tattle on big mean you. What classic bully behavior? He can dish it out but can't take it back. You are not the idiot. LOL? Had a 50-something-year-old cousin run to his dad to complain about me. Infants in adult bodies. Go figure. OP's cousin must be getting a lot of flack for his weight from others to be so jealous of OP. His sister must have been taking his abuse for years too. Don't apologize to bullies. His parents were among them. Everyone's the idiot here. Body shaming is body shaming, and it does go both ways. Your cousin shouldn't be commenting on your weight, and you shouldn't have been pushed to do it back. Sometimes people insult other people because of their own insecurities. My mother-in-law, for example, insults me and declares I'm a cleaning addict. Most people I know think I'm a bit chaotic, so she can feel better about her filthy house. But I won't go down to her level by telling her, I just don't want to live in the same filth as you do. I don't need to humiliate other people to feel better about me. I know why she insults me, and knowing that it comes from a state of nagging inferiority feelings is soothing enough. Every time she does, I smile, because I know she already feels bad about herself. OP, you both need to grow up and stop bullying each other. My sister-in-law, her husband, and her kid, teen, are staying with my husband and me for the next week because there's a family funeral, and all hotels were booked out for the fest and concert. We have a big farmhouse, so it's not a big deal, but sister-in-law is very opinionated. My sister-in-law and my husband have different fathers. Her dad died from liver failure 10 years ago, and his death date just passed by not too long ago. He was a massive alcoholic, so my sister-in-law turned into a witch whenever she saw anyone drinking, especially people in her family. Well, my husband, who isn't a big drinker, went out with his friends last night as kind of a hoorah because we'll be welcoming our first daughter into the world in about a month, and he just wanted to celebrate his becoming a dad. I encouraged him to go. I arranged for his Uber back home, and he came in around 11 p.m. last night. He was intoxicated. He walked into the door singing "Let's Stay Together" by Al Green, dancing, spinning me around the living room floor in some very sloppy waltz, and laughing the whole time as he tripped all over himself. Now, my dad is an alcoholic too, so I get it. But honestly, I was having a blast with my intoxicated husband. Sister-in-law comes into the room and just starts laying into my husband about him drinking, screaming about how he would turn out just like dad, etc., etc. At this point, my husband's mood is dead. He's crying. I lost it. I told her, how can he turn out like a piece of crap when that piece of crap isn't his father? Get out of my house right now and never return. She immediately went quiet and said she couldn't just take her daughter out at this time of night and that no hotels had vacancies, and my husband knew better than to drink around her. And I told her, that's not my problem. Leave. The whole family's angry at my husband and me right now for both him drinking in front of sister-in-law and me kicking them out at midnight. Am I the idiot? Edit. I never said her daughter or her husband had to leave. I told her she had to. She woke them up and dragged them with her after she caused problems. Not the idiot. She interfered in your family life, insulted your husband, and didn't even apologize. She whined about no vacancy. I bet her voice felt a little hoarse after that. She needs to see a therapist. Her projecting anger onto other people when it's not warranted is a reflection of her unhealed trauma. It's also obvious he doesn't have a drinking problem and that he just had fun, responsibly. Sister-in-law was an idiot for having the unmitigated gall to try and dictate someone's behavior in their own house while they were doing her a favor. The nerve, the chutzpah, the bare-faced cheek of her. I'd kick her out of my life so fast, the resulting tornado would sweep her and all her BS flying monkeys away with her. The only thing I would have done differently was to tell her she needs to leave by the end of the next day. That way, she has time to figure out where she's going to go. Not sure if this happens before or after the funeral, and if she still needs a place to stay. Plus, she should check Airbnbs too. It's not just suck it up or put people in the street at midnight. I agree. Everyone's the idiot here. People always have their knives out to kill anyone and everyone. However, kicking someone out in the middle of the night was too much. If you know the difficulty finding accommodation and they were in your house for a difficult occasion, funeral, then you should have let her and her family spend the night. Saying you didn't ask her husband and kid to leave makes you more of an idiot, as everyone knows how illogical that would be.